Hey everybody, today I will show you how to print efficiently a large spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel. So let's start. So you can think that the printing in Microsoft Excel should be very easy. Just you have to go to at the file tab, then hit print and it would be printed automatically. Okay, so you see this is how it is going to be printed. Okay, so it's very inorganized. Okay. So you have to do some modification to make it much more organized so that the readers can easily understand what you are going to show. Okay. So, okay. So if I go to, for instance, now it is showing in normal view. Okay. So if I go to page break preview, you can see that actually there is four pages: one, two, three, and four. So number one page is printing until June. Number two page is printing at the bottom table with half of the pie chart. And number three is printing this portion, and number four is printing this portion. Okay, so this is very inorganized. Okay, so what you can do to modify this? So first thing, I don't want to print this yearly income and percentage. Okay, so for doing that, you have to identify the or select the print area. So you have to select until this point, then go to page layout, then go to print area and set print area. Okay, so now you can see this has been there is a border has been created around it. And if you go to the page break preview now, you can see that the yearly income and percentage that has been removed from the print uh, area or the page 3 and page 4. Okay, or if I go to the print preview, you can see that the yearly income and percentage has been removed from there. Okay, but still it's very inorganized. So let's go back to normal view. Okay, so now I want to fit it in an organized way. So to do that, just go to print preview and you have to change the settings to do that. Okay, so there are different ways to do it. So first, you can try to uh, select like instead of portrait orientation, you can select landscape. So that is not helping here. So you can go to portrait again. You can select different page size. For instance, instead of A4, you can select letter or something else. So that is not uh, helping at all here. So, but the most useful option that will help you in this case is scaling. Okay, so if I select fit sheet in on page, you see everything is fit in on sheet. Okay, so but uh, this is sometimes this is very shrinked because if you have a large amount of data points and you want to fit it in on page, that's very difficult. Okay, so most of the time you want to select fit all columns in on page. Okay, so that's how I have generated basically two pages here. Okay, the first page is going to show you the first table and the second page is showing you the pie chart and the rest of the table. Okay, so now in the second page, if you see here in the first page table, there is headings that is helping to identify which month which person is generating which income. Okay, but from the second page table you cannot understand which month is which income or what is this actually. Okay, so to make it more user friendly, what you have to do, go to print title in the page layout, then click there. In the sheet, uh, you have to select rows to repeat at top, click here, then you are going to select this and then click OK. And then if you go to print preview, the first page is the same as before. Okay, now you can see the second page is also showing the headings of each of the month. Okay, there is some other things like you see from the print preview, it is not showing you the grid lines. Okay, but sometimes for large amount of data it's very important to show grid lines, then you can understand which row is representing which number. Okay, so to show grid lines you have to go to page layout, then in the grid line you see the grid line is selected for only for view. Okay, so if you select the print option for grid line, then after that if you go to print, you see the grid line has been showing here. Okay, so now this is much more user friendly. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to show you, if you want to for instance, the table you see here, this is at the very top and here the data points are also in the very top. Okay, so if I want to adjust it at the middle, then what you have to do, so for doing that you have to select in the page setup, go to scale to fit, then click on page setup, go to margin, click on horizontal, vertical. You can do some other adjustment from here. I'm just going to show you how you can make the table in center position. Okay, then if you go to print preview from here, you see this has been adjusted to at the middle position. Okay, so these are some basic stuff in printing Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, and um, there are some other things as well, like if you want to add header or footer, then instead of normal you have to go to page layout. So basically I have already added header and footer here, so let me add it uh, live. Okay, so if you go to add header, you can write like yearly income. Also you can add page number, so this page number will be added automatically. Okay, so it's showing like that. Okay, so now if you go to footer, so I would go to footer, you can add date, so like current date. If you click, then if you go to file, click on print preview, you see this has been, the header and footer has been added in each of the pages. The header is adding now page number and yearly income, and the footer uh, is the current date. Okay, so now go back to normal. There is one other thing that I want to show, that is if you want to adjust uh, the amount or portion of the spreadsheet you want to cover in a single page. Okay, so for doing that you have to go to page break preview. So from page break preview you can see that the page on is printing until this point. Okay, this blue lines, until these blue lines. So I want to print until this point at page on and only the pie chart in page 2. So what you have to do, just drag it until the end. Okay, and if you go to print preview now, you see the whole table is now is in page 1 and page 2 is showing only the pie chart. Okay, and if you want, you can add uh, additional page. For instance, I want to show until this point in page 1, until this point in page 2, and the pie chart in page 3. So for doing that, what you have to do, just go to page layout and go to page break, insert page break. Okay, so this has been inserted here, so I want to insert until this point. Okay, so if you go to print preview now, you can see this until this portion is printing in page 1, page 2 is printing the second portion of the table, and page 3 is printing the yearly income pie chart. Okay, so but I don't want to don't want this page 2. Okay, so what you have to do, just select here and remove page break. Okay, so and you can also just drag until the very end and the page 2 has been removed. So page 2 and page 3 is marched to page 1 now, and I extend the page on until this point, and in the preview section you can see this is the final result. Okay, and it looks much better than it was when I started. Okay, so you can adjust your printing setup and also do some modification to make it more user friendly for the readers. So I hope you enjoyed and learned something how to print efficiently. So please don't forget to like, comments, or subscribe, and comments below to tell if you have any questions regarding this printing or any other classes I have covered before. Thanks everyone.